In this storytelling project, it gave us a chance to capture stories in our community. And here's what we captured.
So this is Dr. Bradley, and I'm with Tasha Brzezinski, and we are recording for the storytelling project, Healing Communities Through Resilience. And she is going to share her story with us today. So thank you again for coming. Tell me about a time when you faced adversity.
Well, in my life, there's been several moments where I faced adversity. I would say the first one I was kind of born into. I was born to a very young mom. She was only 19 when she had me. She was in a biracial relationship, and she moved here to Arlington and struggled with mental health issues and drug addiction. And at a very young age, I was placed into foster care and then in the care of my grandmother, my paternal grandmother. So there was a lot of adversity there with having an older adult or parent, guardian to care for me and my sister. And we lived in the community here in Arlington, in South Arlington. So a lot of adversity that I struggled with was living with my grandparent and not having my parents involved because they were both incarcerated, and struggling with anger issues. I was placed in special ed and in elementary school, and I know a lot of that had to do with not having my parents involved, or not having the support at home.
Is there anything that you learned about yourself that you didn't know because of the things you've experienced?
Um, uh, I don't know. Of course, I feel like I'm a strong person, and I've had to be very strong and independent, I guess, in a way, because just of how I was brought up and how my grandmother raised us to be very, um, since I was the oldest and she was an older grandparent, I was the caretaker in the house for the most part. So I've definitely learned that I'm very strong. I should be a little bit more emotional. I've learned because of everything that I've gone through that I kind of keep a lot of things in, and just kind of deal with it and never really, I try not to put that on others because I know everyone is going through something, and why not me? Like other people struggle too. So I don't, um, I don't give myself time to like really like feel sorry for myself or like get like be down or like have those moments like that. So I've definitely seen that I'm a very strong emotional person because I don't deal well with like emotions or like conflict or things like that. So through everything I've learned that because I just don't like to deal with those. I'd rather focus on the happy times or happy moments or how to make things better, or what can I do to fix a situation quickly, um, because I've always had to provide or support or be there for someone else. So I'm not really there for myself. Um, I've learned that I really don't know what I like or who I am besides being the sister, the mom, the wife, the friend, the teacher, because I'm doing for others a lot and not really giving myself time to do for myself. So that's something that I'm learning as I'm getting older.
So with all the strength that you have, that you manifest, and all the grief, the loss, the pain, disappointments that life has brought you, do you think you can find the strength to discover you?
I do. I'm looking forward to that. I know everyone around me might not, because they're so used to having, or seeing a certain person in me. But I'm definitely looking forward to that now that I'm in a new phase of life for myself, where I'm not being like where I have to provide or be that parent for my children because they are getting older now. I've started a new career, and I'm definitely feeling like I was meant to be a special ed teacher or be involved with children. I've always had some kind of connection with children, but I'm definitely learning more about myself through the work that I'm doing in school and finding joy in providing children like myself growing up that those opportunities and advocating for children who are dealing with special learning disabilities. So I'm finding myself and seeing that that's something that I really enjoy and that brings me some purpose outside of the normal titles that I've had as far as being a mom and a wife, a sister, a daughter, a grandchild. So I'm definitely looking forward to that and then trying to give myself opportunities to discover other things that I might like to do. So I'm looking forward to that.
How old is your youngest?
My youngest is 11. And I have, with taking in my brother and sister, I have 6 kids. So
So you have 4 of your own,
3 of my own.
3 of your own.
And then I have my older brother who's 24. My oldest child, who's my brother, he's 24. My youngest sister, who's my oldest daughter, she's 22. I have my sister's daughter, who is my niece biologically, but we adopted her, and she is almost 21. And then my oldest daughter biologically is 19, and my youngest daughter is almost 17, and then my son is 11.
I just gotta take a minute to recap and breathe your story, because what you've shared with me today, you were born to an interracial couple
In the 70s.
in the 70s.
In the 70s. And younger, my mom was 19. My dad was at least 10 years older than my mom.
Who's what race?
My mom's white and my dad is black.
And you're raised by your white,
My black grandmother.
your black grandmother.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
This is so much to unpack. You're born to an interracial couple in the 70s, young parents. Immediately into mental health and substance use or addiction. Foster care. Come out of foster care. Kin care.
Yes.
Special education. We haven't talked about dad and what his presence has been or isn't.
Right.
Grandparent with limited education and limited resources.
Yes.
Adding on life's tragedies
Mhm.
of losing your sister.
Yes.
And then 6 months after that, your grandmother.
Mhm.
But at the same time, taking on 2 younger siblings
Mhm.
when you didn't have any children
Correct. And then,
to parent.
yeah, and then taking on my sister.
And then taking on your sister's daughter. So before you ever had any biological children of your own, you took on 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you reflected the care that had been given to you in kinship care through your grandmother. And even with a special education label, you went to college.
And I graduated. It was, of course, it took me 20 years because of my sister passed away right as I was going to start my junior year of college. So I started college in 98 and I graduated with a psychology degree in 2017. So 20 years later, I graduated from college.
But you did it.
I did it. I wasn't going to give up. That was a dream of mine, and I refused to lose that goal for myself. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I just told myself I was going to finish. I wanted to finish for myself. And then, of course, after having the kids, I wanted to show them that they could do it too. Like, it was that they had the opportunity. I didn't want them to not have the opportunity to do that.
Thank you for watching our storytelling project and just highlighting some of the story you've heard. We want to hear stories of strength and adversity and perseverance from Arlington communities. If you have a story to tell, we want to listen. To learn more about how to share your story, please email us at dhsprevention@arlingtonva.us. Thanks again.